Talk to an attorney near you for free, one who will explain your legal rights and costs. There are no attorney fees unless you receive payment for your injuries. The insurance companies have attorneys working hard on their side, and so should you. Call 1-800-252-1988. It can happen to a woman.
I'm fat and I can't control my food.
Or a man.
Willpower. It's not an issue of willpower.
Whether you're bulimic, anorexic, or a compulsive overeater, eating disorders, an equal opportunity destroyer. It's not your fault. You're not alone. The Rader Institute, 1-800-255-1818.
The following consumer announcement could save you hundreds of dollars. To move a major warehouse, New York Carpet World must liquidate over 5,000 rolls of carpet. Every roll will be sold off, at cost, near cost, even below cost. It's a virtual carpet giveaway. This huge liquidation includes best stain protection, top brands, current styles, at cost, near cost, and even below cost. Come in. You must see, touch, feel these carpets to fully appreciate this sale. Only till Saturday at New York Carpet World.
When love becomes obsession.
No, I just wanted to point out that these obsessive relationships are not always sexual relationships or relationships between people who are in love, so to speak, in the context that we're speaking today. And I have been obsessed by somebody who represented something to me other than a lover or somebody of that capacity. It was somebody who represented, like we were talking before, somebody who was going to take away all the pain that I'd ever felt, who was going to justify everything that I felt like doing in my life. I could have fun, I could be crazy, I could do all the things that I could never do when I was younger. And this person justified all of those things for me and made me feel like I could love me because this person that I loved and respected so much loved me. And that was just so special. So that justified everything that that person did to me, including all the abusive things that she did, as well as justifying all the things that I did that seemed crazy, that I look back now and I can't believe that I would ever do half of the things that I did.
It's true that you can be obsessed with somebody that you don't even have a relationship with. I mean, there are worshipers from afar. Most obsessive relationships start out with hot, passionate sexuality. That's the real glue, and that is, for many obsessors, the proof that this is the love of their life. It is not as usual to have the kind of situation you're describing, but certainly you can become obsessive with a friend who rejects you.
Oh, certainly in a cult. Isn't that the kind of obsession?
The key to obsession is what you do when you are rejected, when the other person becomes unavailable. If you let go, you're not obsessive.
You want to tell us? Just, I'll be right back. You want to tell us?
I mean, I resorted to phone calls and letters, and everything I thought about had to be related to this person. If I went on a trip...
Are you sure you weren't in love?
I was in love with her, not in any kind of a sexual way. There was no sexuality there at all, but if I had been, it would have been the perfect obsessive affair. I mean, everything else was there.
But it preoccupied your life, and that's the definition,
Yes, sorry.
I was wondering, do people become obsessive because of insecurity or a need for power, or both, or none?
I certainly
it's like
think
a test.
A,
B, none of the above.
Right. I certainly think that's a big element because obviously if you are oppressing somebody, jealous and possessive, interrogating them, you certainly are controlling their life.
Angel, is it a fact that your first obsessive love threatened to mutilate you?
Yeah, she did. Basically what she told me was that if she ever caught me talking or with another woman, she'd cut off my family jewels.
And he doesn't mean his rings, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't mean his rings. And in the second relationship, is it a fact that the second woman was jealous even of your own relative?
Yeah, there was an instance where I was at work and my cousin had called. I hadn't talked to her in a long time and left a message on the answer machine. And I got home and she started asking me 50 million questions on who this cousin was. And then she accused me that I was seeing my cousin.
Your first cousin?
Yes.
Right. Okay, Sherry, did you in some way, with your man, have a kind of a savior complex? You were going to save this poor guy somehow?
Yes, I did. I also had low self-esteem, and I felt the need to be loved. And he had the complex that he wanted the power, so it went both ways in our relationship, and I bought into
You
it.
married him? First you started living together.
Right.
Okay. Now, during the 6 months of this pre-marriage, what kind of behavior did he exhibit toward you?
If I wanted to go anywhere without him, he wouldn't let me go, or if he was yelling at me and I tried to leave, so he would calm down and it wouldn't escalate into something more. He would slam the door shut and stand in front of it, and if I approached him, he would throw me across the room or smack me.
So he really was a physically abusive person?
Yeah, he was, but I bought into it because I felt that
He did it for love.
That's right. That's exactly what I felt.
That's one of the traps that targets fall into, is they experience the possessiveness and the control as flattery. He really must love me so much if he wants to be with me every second and make me his whole life.
Is that why you married him?
Well, he never asked me. What he did was he asked my family on Thanksgiving in front of me, and I felt I was on the spot, and I really wasn't sure what I wanted, and everybody was so happy. So the emotions of the day were carried away, and I bought into it again, and I married him.
Did he get better in marriage?
Not really, no.
So what kinds of things would he do? We mentioned that he locked you in the house.
Right.
How did he accomplish that?
He would just run over to the door before I could get to it. He would be in the house with me. But if I tried to approach the door, he would try to physically remove me from that room or make it so I would be
What
too
kinds of
scared.
things would he say when he did that?
He would call me dirty names. Most of the time, one time he punched me in my jaw, and that kind of stopped everything.
You
obviously.
whore, you're not going anyplace. I know where you're going. You're going out there to screw Johnny down the block, aren't you? Right?
Ain't love grand?
Yeah. Things like that did happen. That incident only happened once. It was more
Only
that
once.
he wanted to know what I was doing every second, whether I was doing something with anybody else or not. That didn't matter. It was that I was on a leash and I was not allowed to get away from
I
it.
ask you a tough question now. It's a tough question, and I apologize for it before I ask it, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Was there any legitimate reason for his jealousy? By that I mean, were you seeing another man?
In a sense, there was a legitimate reason, and that was that he was seeing another woman, and because of his own guilt, I suppose, he was making it look like I was the one that was having it, trying to make me feel guilty for what he was doing.
And how long have you been divorced?
We've been separated for 2 months.
And you're still married?
Yes, I'm seeking a divorce at this moment.
Is he going along with it?
Yes, he is. He knows that I'm doing this not just for us, but for our daughter. And I just can't live like that anymore.
Is he trying to get you back?
He sent me a letter before I came here, and it really upset me. It was so nice, and I almost bought into it again.
Don't, Sherry. Don't buy into it.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Don't buy into it. We'll be right back.
It's the clear, sparkling water that makes Freeman shampoos and conditioners among the finest, most natural available. Seek help moisturizing proteins and the conditioning you get from herbs, flowers, and our other natural ingredients make Freeman hair treatments very special. I'm Larry Freeman, and that's a promise from our family to yours. Freeman Papaya Hair Treatments with vitamins and proteins for beautiful hair.
I've got Germac, bounce back, beautiful hair.
New Germac shampoos and conditioners give your hair strength to bounce back beautiful.
New Germac, bounce back, beautiful hair.
You made it through Thanksgiving. You made it through Christmas. You even made it through New Year's Eve. Just when you thought you made it through the holidays, along comes the big game. Make sure you still have some Alka-Seltzer.
I'll borrow my mother's earrings, her scarf, but my mother's tampons. No way! I found new Ultimates, cardboard applicator tampons from Playtex. Great protection, plus a curved cardboard applicator. Ultimates. It's not your mother's tampon.
I won $5,000.
Now you can win $5,000 playing Spell It, the new telephone spelling bee.
Call this number on a touch-tone phone. Listen and spell 21 words correctly in 2 minutes or less, and you win $200 instantly.
It's easy and fun to play. Spell the word cash.
C-A-S-H.
That's right.
I won $200.
Grand prize $5,000. Call 1-900-SPELL-IT.
$1.99 per minute, average call 5 minutes.
If you want movies, we've got movies. And we've got more of them than anyone else. WGN, your favorites are on us. Torn between faith and family honor, a priest must choose. Tom Berenger, Last Rites. Friday night at 7 on Channel 9.
When love becomes obsession.
Hi. I want to talk to Maya because I was in the same position. I was with a guy for 7 years, right? And I would always follow him when he was going to work. I would be at his job.
Really?
And when he went out with his friends, I wanted to go. Every time I always wanted to be with him, right? I never would let him do anything by himself. I always wanted to be there. But then one time, our relationship didn't go bad. I mean, it went bad, so we broke up, you know, but I was still crazy over him, you know? But I met this other guy. So when I met this other guy, I got married to the other guy, maybe thinking it'll take me away from him.
You're still obsessing, right?
No, it did, but now I'm doing the same thing with him now. You know, it's like I want to be with him all the time. I don't want him to be with his friends. I'm always calling his job, you know, and I want to know why am I doing this? Is it going to stop? Or
No, these are, it's not going to stop unless you break some of these patterns. These are issues from your childhood. These are issues around emptiness and never getting your needs met and feeling there's never enough and nobody's going to love you enough. And I would urge you, since you now have a pattern, you have information that says you're going to keep doing this, to please get some help for yourself around this. There's a lot of help out there now for people.
You don't want to drive him away.
No, I want to keep him, but this is going to drive him away, you know, but I want to keep him.
Loosen up, girl. Come on. Yes.
I was involved in a situation when I was much younger that my mother was seeing a
Well, people say much younger. What are you, 18 years old? Or?
No, I'm 23, thank you. But I guess when I was...
oh, an older woman.
That's me. When I was like 7 or 8, my mother was seeing a gentleman, and they were very serious, and he was like a father figure to me. And at one point, he asked my mother to marry him, and she said no, and he became very violent, and he used to follow us kids around. He was like a father figure to me, and he used to put sugar in the gas tank and try to break the windshields, and he followed us kids around a lot, and I had an older brother and an older sister. And they were very terrified for me because I was just like his little girl and was wondering, you know, what he was going to do with me. And still, even now, he's still involved in our lives.
Really?
And
he's
comes
still
around.
obsessing?
He was, well, it's kind of strange. I just got married over the weekend. And
Is your husband? Hey, congratulations. That's great. Wait. All together now.
And it was kind of funny at the reception. He kept coming up to me and saying, "Oh, you're still my girlfriend. You're still my girlfriend," putting his arms around me, and it's kind of scared us. We were
What's
all
your
kind
mother
of
doing about this?
She looks at me and goes, "Why do you still have him part of your life?"
Yeah, why
and
do you?
just because.
Why did you invite him?
Because I guess he is still part of my life. I think I took him he put me under his wing and said, you know, I'm going to be the father that, you know, I guess I didn't have at the time, or at least I didn't think I didn't have at the time.
And how do you feel about it?
Oh, it's a unique situation. Obviously, I'm an outsider looking in, and just met the man the other day at our reception and seen.
Don't invite him next time, maybe.
That's what my mother would love.
No, don't take advice from me anyway. I'm a lawyer. What do I know? Question over here? Yes, that's good.
I just wanted to say to Angel, I can't understand that you had 2 relationships that was so obsessive. You must be leading them on in some way. I know that you said that you're not, but I can't
You think he's bragging instead of complaining?
No, not bragging. I just think that he must be telling them that he's giving them some kind of a commitment. Why doesn't he just say that he wants to see other people right from the start so that he doesn't wind up in these situations?
Actually, I do. During both relationships, at the very beginning, I told him, I really don't want anything serious. Just enjoy the time I spent with you. That's it. That's all I want.
Not all targets
Do you tell
have
them
a
you
role
love
in
them? What kind of commitment
later
is
on,
there?
I mean, later-
Are there words that are leading them on that you're not realizing you're saying?
No, I don't feel I have.
It's just weird that there's 2 situations that happen to you like that. I mean,
there are a lot of obsessive people out there, and they are responsible for the behavior.
Speaking of which, Elizabeth, why are you behind the screen? You're not a criminal.
Well, I really don't want to reveal my identity because
My boyfriend was very violent, and I'm scared for my own life at this point. I'm still scared.
And this is a guy who says he loves you.
Yes.
Okay, your story's next. Stay with us.
Next on the Midday News.
Good morning, I'm Steve Sanders. There is one positive side of the recession to report. Government figures say a stagnant economy held inflation down last year. If you have given up meat for fish, you may be interested in a new report about the seafood you buy. And researchers find a new drug that may help combat chronic fatigue syndrome. Plus, a look at how Chicago is faring with the latest blast from winter and Tom Stilling's forecast, all coming up in the Midday News at noon.
Have you ever considered a career for your child in modeling or acting? Years ago, when my daughter was just a baby, I wondered if she could do it. Like you, I'd seen kids of all ages modeling in magazines and acting in commercials and movies, but I just didn't know where to begin. Well, now you can learn how, and all it takes is one phone call. Dial 1-900-773-9888, and for $10, you'll get expert advice on getting photos, finding the right modeling agency, and on saving hundreds of dollars starting your child in these glamorous and rewarding fields. Don't be intimidated by the world of show business. Models and actors come in all looks, shapes, and sizes, and you can make your child one of them. Call 1-900-773-9888 now, and your child could be on their way to a lucrative career in modeling and show business. It can happen to you. Call 1-900-773-9888. It's time to make your...
100%. I've always thought the daily newspaper is about the best value there is, but this is even better. Subscribe to the Chicago Tribune for 26 weeks of 7-day home delivery, and you get Sundays for free. I mean, it's free.
My advice is call 1-800-443-4100 and get this relationship moving. Don't miss out and be sorry later.
Get 26 weeks of the Tribune for just $2.10 a week and Sundays free. Charge it on Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover Card. Call 1-800-443-4100.
You get the best local, national, and international news, features, and sports, columnists, and comics. Plus, you're saving almost 40% off the newsstand price. So just call.
My Sundays are free. It's in my contract. You deserve the same deal. Call them on it.
Call 1-800-443-4...
When love becomes obsession, our focus. You know, it occurred to me in the commercial, but I never asked you how your love life is these days.
Non-existent right now. But
Oh, too bad.
So.
Because of the love for the person on the other side of the window?
Pretty much. It's just I've
Get over it,
separated
man.
myself. I will eventually. It's getting better.
Are these pals of yours here?
Yeah, both of these two.
Get this guy a date, will you please? Snap him out of it.
Maybe he needs to do some healing on himself before
Yeah.
he starts dating again, though.
Do you think so? I never know about, therapy and stuff. I wonder if there isn't some help, some self-healing that you can do. I don't know. Maya, can you heal yourself? I don't know.
Oh, most certainly, yes. I myself have found great nurturing and strength in recovery groups and reading books like Dr. Susan Forward's and other books of that nature.
What's the subtitle again?
When Passion Holds You Prisoner.
When Passion Holds You Prisoner. That's a great...
First of all, I would like to say I sympathize with you. Sherry, is it? I sympathize with you, and
Why?
I would like because
I mean, yes, we sympathize. Do you have a personal...
I just feel bad that she would have to, suffer like this, and you feel torn, like she's saying that through the letter she feels like maybe she should give it another try, and you feel confused.
Letter, I didn't see the letter, but I bet it was, oh, darling, I understand, very reasonable, very conciliatory.
It wasn't. What it was he was being so understanding about knowing why I broke off the relationship and saying how much he loves our daughter and he wants to be a positive influence in her life and he wants to be a good father, and it kind of made me feel guilty. But I did call him and tell him that I was coming on the show, and I told him that just because I got his letter and just because I called him didn't mean I'd ever write to him or that I would call him ever again, but I wanted him to know that I did get his letter and I'm getting over it.
Well, what I would like to know is how old were you when the two of you were married, and did you have the child in hopes that somehow things would get better?
We were just married in 1990, April Fool's Day. Perfect.
Oh, that's somehow appropriate.
And I found out that I was pregnant before we got married, but after he proposed. I wasn't pregnant until after he already proposed.
So you married him in a sense because you felt you had to?
Well, no, because he proposed before I was even pregnant. That came up, but then I stayed in it partly because of our daughter.
How is she?
Go ahead. I'm sorry, what?
How is she?
How is she? She's beautiful. She's 8 months old, and she's the focus of my whole life right now. She gives me strength I never knew I had.
I bet. Congratulations. Elizabeth, do you fear actual physical violence?
Absolutely.
Why would he destroy the object that he loves?
Well, I think that when you're an obsessive lover, there's no other way. That's the only way that you can identify. And his only way of proving love to me was being domineering, possessive, showing ownership.
Has he knocked you around?
Yes, several times.
Then why don't you stay away from him?
Well, I am away from him now.
But haven't you gone back and forth and back and forth?
Yes, it's been close to 24 times, and
I'm sorry that you can't see what this woman looks like. She is a beautiful, beautiful woman.
Thank you.
Have you not found another man to see who you are, to know you and love you in a healthy way?
Well, actually, I have found a new friend, and I want to stress one thing. When I was with this person, he demarcated my whole life. As far as my friends, my work, my family, he wanted me to only, for him to be my only focus. And what I had to do is face reality and just explore and find something new for myself, a new circle, and I got a job.
Good.
And I was exposed to new people, and I realized that I wasn't so bad. He told me what an awful person I was, and no one would ever be attracted to me because I'm an awful person, and no one would ever love me as much as he did.
He lied.
Exactly. And and he also told me that he never cheated on me, and that any man I would ever find after him would cheat on me. And that scared me.
Really?
But I knew I didn't want to believe that, because that would be giving in to him.
In Mark's case, it's a little different story. You know, he was married for 10 years to the same woman, a woman who was very, very needy, a woman who he gave and gave and gave, and ultimately there was nothing left to give. And his story's next.
For free tickets to the Geraldo Show, write Geraldo Tickets, 524 West 57th Street, New York, New York, 10019. Please send a self-addressed stamped envelope or call 212-265-1283.
For years, Pledge has kept our furniture beautiful. Well, now New Pledge does even more with a special dust-resistant formula called Dust Block. Now Pledge actually repels dust. 2 weeks ago, I polished the word Pledge into this table. Watch. New Pledge repels over half the dust I'd get just dry dusting. Pledge with Dust Block. It actually repels dust.
Also try New Pledge Household Cleaner. Not a polish, but a liquid cleaner to deep clean all your wood surfaces. From SC Johnson Wax.
Ready for the perfect vacuum cleaner? Here it is, the new Dirt Devil Power Pack. The convenience of a canister vacuum with a power nozzle that adjusts to any surface. Get power and convenience with Power Pack. It's new from Dirt Devil.
Careful. Lovely. What do you think?
I think I'd like a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Diet Dr. Pepper tastes more like regular Dr. Pepper. When you want one, there's no stopping the taste.
They are the big men on campus, the athletes. But according to the experts, they're also the people most likely to rape. Next to Rob.
For 3 days, this Saturday through Monday only, Darvin Furniture will be opening its warehouse doors to the public. In the warehouse, you'll find thousands of items on sale at special savings from 40 to 80% off. Save on quality brand name furniture like Thomasville and Pennsylvania House. They're all reduced to no-nonsense prices, but it only lasts till Monday. By then, our overstock warehouse will have cleared out over $3 million worth of fine furniture and accessories. Darvin Furniture's warehouse sale in Orland Park, because when it's gone, it's...
Did you ever talk to someone who could tell you about tomorrow, today?
She gave me great news about my future and the answers I needed about my love life. A psychic astrologer did a complete chart for me right over the phone. The results were amazing.
Call 1-800-535-LIVE.
I got the answers I needed from a tarot card reading in complete privacy. I've called back several times because a lot of what she told me actually happened.
I always played the lottery, but I never won. Then the numerologist gave me my personal lucky numbers, and I won the lottery 3 times in 1 week. I've got my lucky numbers, and now I'm playing to win.
Call 1-800-535-LIVE for information on how to speak live, one-on-one with authentic psychic astrologers, tarot readers, and numerologists.
I called the 800 number on the screen for more information. It was a free call, so I didn't hesitate.
The psychic hotline has worked for more than 2 million callers. It can work for you. Do not hesitate to call now. The answers you need are just a phone call away at 1-800-535-LIVE. This call is free, adults only.
I'm Al Hofeld. I'm running for the Senate, but I want to spare you the stage scenes with factory workers and talk to you about the real battles I fought. As a lawyer, I forced DuPont to disclose hidden side effects. I challenged GM over a dangerous design flaw, and it was changed. My cases have promoted the use of mammograms and stricter rules for disposal of HIV needles. Fighting for people against special interests is my life, not my slogan.
Paid for by Hofeld for U.S. Senate.
Mark, you married at what age? You married young, relatively young.
I was about a month short of 21.
And the marriage lasted how long?
9 years and 7 months.
Right. Who's counting? Right.
The Superior Court.
Right. Was she ever physically abusive to you?
Yes, she was. Towards the end. Mostly she was verbally abusive.
And what kinds of things would she say, to the extent that you can tell us on family television?
Anything. You name it. She'd rank on my family. She'd rank on me. And said she'd keep me up at night. She didn't work. She didn't care if she'd sleep till 11 o'clock. I had to get up 6 or 7 to go to work.
Well, let me ask you, were you doing anything abusive to her to spur on this behavior?
I was basically trying to orchestrate her life so she'd become healthy. I was trying to cure her of schizophrenia.
Was she diagnosed schizophrenia?
Diagnosed by a licensed psychiatrist.
And did she blame you for all that ailed her, real or imagined?
Oh, no. She was that way before I married her. And this was...
And the question becomes?
I was basically looking for someone that I could make into a sleeping beauty, kiss her and wake her up and she'd love me.
This is a type of obsession that we don't hear a lot about because we always focus on the very dramatic acting out obsessors. Mark is suffering from what I call in the book the savior complex. He became totally preoccupied and consumed with fixing, rescuing, caretaking, and making somebody who was very ill okay so she could become his one magic person. As a result, he practically destroyed himself.
Did she appreciate you at all?
Oh, for a day or so, but then she'd be right back. I mean, it was, 1,000 apologies. Gee, I won't yell at you again. Gee, I won't do this again. Gee, I won't do that again. I'd say, okay, I'll give you another chance. 1,000 chances.
What's that, Mike, what's that Woody Allen movie? It was shot in Europe. It's on the beach. He has this girl. You think of the title. He had this beautiful, lovely woman who was great, fabulous, perfect, on average 1.5 days a month. I mean, it sounds like that's what it was in your house.
Basically, it's like living in a locked unit.
Stardust memories. That's what it was. Right.
You had told me that you believed that if you could just do it right enough, she would somehow get fixed, and that's what you organized your life around.
I studied acupuncture, learned to use acupuncture.
Because she wanted?
I thought it would work.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that. I spent all my money on her. I was taking bus to work and spending $300-400 a month for her on clothes and never had money to make ends meet. I thought, gee, if I bought her enough clothes, if I was nice enough to her, she'd snap out of it.
And she never did.
She never did.
Tell us about the physical abuse at the end.
Well, there was one time after I had seen an attorney and filed, I was taking a shower and a big glass paperweight came flying in the shower. Another night, I was sound asleep. I had asleep for about an hour, and she came in the bedroom, ripped the covers off the bed, dragged the mattress on the floor, was yelling and screaming at me. I got up and I chased her into the kitchen and cornered her there. And then she went to run by, and just reflexively I kicked her in the stomach, dropped her on the floor. And it was like living in a psychiatric hospital. It was just round-the-clock drama.
You just reminded me of a scene. They just reran the film Fatal Attraction. Did you see it?
I saw another film more recently that more reminds me of my marriage. Now it was Reversal of Fortune. My marriage to a T. Except no one
alleged
died.
attempted murder by Klaus von Bülow of Sonny von Bülow?
That one. There's one, Glenn Close did this one little gesture with her lip in that movie, and I know that woman studied for that role because my ex did that all the time. She has one little, and it just hit my button right there. I said, she's been doing her work.
And when your wife did that, what was she saying to you without saying
Oh,
it?
it's just a little twitch from her psychosis.
And she took no personal responsibility for her own well-being. She stopped her medication, right?
She would alter her medication.
Yeah.
She would skip her. She'd make
I mean, we
doctor's
can't blame her
appointments
for her
and cancel
illness.
them.
Is she better now without you?
I don't care.
But you're better.
We'll be right back.
For years, Pledge has kept our furniture beautiful. Well, now new Pledge does even more with a special dust-resistant formula called Dust Block. Now Pledge actually repels dust. 2 weeks ago, I polished the word Pledge into this table. Watch. New Pledge repels over half the dust I'd get just dry dusting. Pledge with Dust Block, it actually repels dust.
Also try new Pledge Household Cleaner. Not a polish, but a liquid cleaner to deep clean all your wood surfaces. From SC Johnson Wax.
Ready for the perfect vacuum cleaner? Here it is, the new Dirt Devil Power Pack. The convenience of a canister vacuum with a power nozzle that adjusts to any surface. Get power and convenience with Power Pack. It's new from Dirt Devil.
Careful. Lovely. What do you think?
I think I'd like a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Diet Dr. Pepper tastes more like regular Dr. Pepper. When you want one, there's no stopping the taste.
With this certificate, you can trade in any old chair in your home and get $200 toward the purchase of a classic model contour chair.
I traded in my grandchild's old chair.
I found this chair in the basement.
I traded in a beauty like this and got $200 towards my contour.
Trade in any old chair, no matter what its condition, and you'll receive $200 toward the purchase of the classic model contour chair of your choice. Why get a contour? Because contour is the most healthful, relaxing chair ever invented. Adjusts at the touch of a button and features soothing built-in heat and massage. To get full details about contour chairs and this free trade-in certificate through the mail, call me toll-free now.
Call toll-free 1-800-443-5600, 1-800-443-5600. Call toll-free, call 1-800-443-5600.
Promotional fee has been provided by
At last, Alpine Lace, fat-free and low cholesterol singles made with real cheese. You mean I can eat cheese products again? New, free and lean.
This is the latest book by Dr. Susan Forward. You all recall her first book, Men Who Hate Women and the Women Who Love Them. That was a bestseller. Obsessive Love promises also to be When Passion Holds You Prisoner. I want you to give us 30 seconds in the minute we have left. Tell us how people can reignite the passion after one of these troubled relationships.
Well, there is life and there is love after obsession. Giving up obsession does not mean giving up passion. It means giving up pain and suffering and anxiety and self-degradation. And it's so important that obsessive lovers know these patterns can be broken, and then you can make yourself available for a truly loving and mutual relationship.
And Maya, can you give us 20 seconds on how you're healing yourself?
I'm taking better care of myself. I'm nurturing myself more. I'm allowing myself more time. I have 4 children, so I'm a single parent. So this is, I'm attending self-help groups and minimum of therapy at the moment.
How are the kids doing?
They're doing great, you know. Yeah, I'm hoping not to pass all this stuff on, you know.
We wish you all the best. Thank you so much for being with us. And thank you in the studio audience. for your compassion and your intelligence, and thank you folks at home for watching. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
I'll borrow my mother's earrings, her scarf, but my mother's tampons. No way! I found new Ultimates cardboard applicator tampons from Playtex. Great protection, plus a curved cardboard applicator. Ultimates. It's not your mother's tampon.
This is Chicago's Midday News.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Sanders. Coming up in the Midday News, the recession is keeping the reins on inflation as consumer prices barely move in the past year. A look back at the Persian Gulf War, which began 1 year ago today. And the reality of winter is settling in Chicago as the city shivers through sub-freezing temperatures. We'll have a live report on just how the city is coping. Right now, here's Tom Skilling. A frightening wind chill factor out there.
Well, that's right, Steve. It's pretty cold out there, pretty brutal. The wind chill right now is between 20 and 30 degrees below zero in Chicago. Readings went down to as low as 14 below last night at Kankakee, officially 12 below here in the city. But this was the coldest spot in the state. And it looks like reinforcing Arctic cold is heading toward this area for the weekend, though there'll be a brief warm-up tonight for reasons we'll explain a little bit later. We'll have the entire weather update and be back in a few minutes with a look at what happened overnight around the Midwest, the coldest night in over 2 years. But here's Steve now with the news.
Thank you, Tom. The bitter cold is the first sub-zero temperature to hit the city this winter. The last time we felt this cold was on December 22nd, 1989. The strong winds made for quite a wintry scene by the lakefront, where waves created frozen forms, and around the city, familiar scenes of people trying to get to work.
This is not my favorite kind of weather. I'm more like a beach type person. My idea of outdoorsy is sitting by a pool and having the waiter bring me another pina colada.
Well, it certainly wasn't poolside weather. Chicago let homeless people sleep in its warming centers. And yesterday, officials issued a reminder to landlords to keep the heat at no lower than 63 degrees overnight. On the west side, about 100 men are without heat at a recovery center. Roseanne Tejas is standing by and has more information in this live report.
Well, Steve, where I am is New Beginnings. It's at 5254 West North Avenue, and it's a recovery center where some 100 men are receiving help kicking their drug and alcohol addiction problems. But right now, they have a much bigger problem at the moment. They're 2 months behind in their rent, and as a result, the heat has been turned off in this building. Now, they're not blaming the owner, but they say that there's a big need for this type of service, and they're appealing to the public to help keep their doors open and help keep the heat on. As you can see here, a lot of men in the freezing cold, extra blankets bundled up as they try and keep warm in a building with no heat. Right now, we're going to talk to the executive director of New Beginnings. This is Mr. Otis Williams. And Mr. Williams, can you tell me why there's such a need for this type of service?
Well, we've taken 150 men